Hey, we're back here again with Erkan Mete at Gracie Schwarzwald. We're going through our self-defense Gracie Jiu-Jitsu course. And right now we're going to deal with more attacks from the rear. Okay, so when I grab him from behind, the first thing too is he always wants to get his base, right? Anytime somebody grabs you, the ability is they can move you around. Okay. Also, when I grab from behind, one of the dangers is I can drag him and I can lift him. Those are the two big dangers. If I go around the body, you're in great danger of being lifted. If I go around the neck in any way, you're in great danger of being dragged down, okay, or pulled somewhere. So in both situations, he wants to try to get his base. Okay, so what he's going to do is both feet are going to open and he's going to drop. Okay, now notice, come back. He didn't just slowly step one leg out to the side. Both legs kick out to the side at the same time, and he bends his legs a little bit. Now he's not doing a deep squat. He's got a perfect, go ahead, perfect position. Now, notice his posture. One of the mistakes I see is people drop their posture like this. So, yeah, if I grab you now and I can pull, yeah, I'm pulling you back. He wants to bring his body forward, so he's looking down between his feet. So when I grab him now, it's harder for me to pull him back. And he's bringing his arms in, keeping everything nice and tight. Okay, that's our ideal. Okay, sometimes it doesn't happen, but that's what you're aiming for. So what we're going to deal now is somebody comes behind you and maybe they spend a lot of time watching UFC, they own a lot of tap-out shirts, okay, and they want to do a rear naked choke here. Here. Now, even if the guy doesn't know, it could be dangerous. Okay? But here's the thing about the rear naked choke. It's only dangerous when my chin is here at the point of his elbow. Okay. If I'm able to turn my body, choke me, there's no more choke. The choke only happens on the trachea and the blood vessels on the side of the trachea. Okay, so when I grab, he would want to drop forward, but if he drops forward, I can't lock the choke. But let's say that he messed up and I got in deep. Well, now he's not going to be able to drop in. He's going to have trouble here. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to walk his hips away, a little bit like when you don't actually want to walk your hips away, but just make space. Sometimes that means walking a step. Sometimes that just means lifting your hips. But you want to make space between my hips and his back. So his goal is to make enough space that he's able to turn his hips and pass one arm between us. Okay, so when I have, let's do it from this side. When I have the rear naked choke, this is the choke arm. What he's going to do is he's going to move his hips away a little bit, and he's going to do a spin so that he's facing into the choke, into the choking arm. Okay, so even if I keep the choke locked, he's here, he's going to turn. Now, I may still have the choke. I may still have the hold of the neck. But you'll notice this is very similar, regardless of if I have this or I have this. It's kind of the same situation. In fact, this is a worse hold than this. So we're going to go back to one of our other escapes once we get there. Okay. So I come in, I come here. One thing you do not want to do is when you're caught in a choke is try to punch the person or knee the person or do any of this ridiculousness. It's only going to take a couple seconds for him to go unconscious if I slap this choke on and it's tight. But again, once he turns the angle, doesn't matter how tight it is. So I go here. He comes up with both hands, by the way, to buy himself a little bit of time. He makes hooks with his hands and he glues his elbows to his rib. This is not about power. Don't use your thumbs to hold. Make hooks and then glue. So even here, even if I lift very strong, I have nothing. So he's not trying to just muscle my arms down. He's just connecting his elbows to his ribs. Once he does that, he makes this space. He moves his body and comes here. If I continue to hold this, notice he's holding my arm. He's got my waist, so even if I decide to maybe let go to try to punch, he's here. But if I still have trying to do the rear naked choke, from here, this back arm is going to come in front of my face. He's going to lift my chin up. He's going to start to straighten it. He's going to drive his hip in, pop, circle his head out, and he's gone. Okay, so one more time. Guy sneaks up. He's been watching a lot of MMA or John Wick movies or something. He comes in. He comes here. He shoots the arm over, chin up, away, drives his hip in, circles, and he's out. And that is our escape to the standing rear naked choke attack. Again, this is an escape. The focus again, as always, we're just trying to get out of the conflict. We're not re-attacking.